Hey guys, back for some more 26-inch vintage gravel bike killers. So this bike's pretty cool. It's for a Schwinn. If you're just sitting here looking at it, it's pretty long. It's got like a really long top tube compared to, at least it looks longer than mine. My go-to, you guys remember the red rock hopper? This is like a little bit longer of a bike. Yeah, normally I wouldn't really talk about a Schwinn at all, but this one actually has, the brake levers are unbranded. They're plasticky. I mean, that's okay. Has grip shift, 7-speed. It's a stubby little stem. It actually has like Shimano Altus brakes, which, you know, these pads are pretty bad. I have these same brakes on my rock hopper, but I did the Cool Stop salmon black mix pads, and that made a huge difference. But yeah, we just did a tune-up on this bike. So this is the Frontier GSX, and yeah, I mean the worst thing about this bike is the seat is a little bit ugly, but otherwise it's got like Shimano Altus branded everything. I mean, so it's pretty cool. It's definitely not like a Walmart bike. I don't think they would have sold this level. The rear shifter derailleur, I'm not sure if that's Altus, what the A means, but it doesn't have a derailleur hanger. It's just got it. It's just steel built into the frame. The only bummer is that, the rack, and this is kind of more urban style. It's not super aggressive, but you could totally ride it. It's just a touch heavier than the what's it called, the rock hopper, but it's okay. And I'm not sure if it's steel or not. Yeah, it's steel. Let's check on that magnet here. Yeah, so it's steel. I mean, it's freaking chromoly, man. I mean, it's pretty awesome. So yeah, the back, somebody put changed the pads at some point. It's got the salmon pads. They're Diacomp, you can see. So they're okay. It's got the same, like generic, trying to find the brand, you can see it. These are the same rims. Araya, they're just like the lower end or whatever you get on a lot of these generational bikes, but the hubs are not. I think the hubs are branded. Actually, they are. It does say Shimano. Really small there, you can see it. So, it actually has like Shimano branded hubs. So it's pretty cool. It's just a little bit heavier than my bike, but it's probably because it's steel. The rock hopper is aluminum. But this has got a little bit narrower of a bar than and doesn't have the bar ends. But yeah, it's a cool little system. I don't know if you can see like this tube here, like it comes in. It's kind of cool. Like this little tube goes in. It's pretty neat. So yeah, this is what's actually really nice. These tires are like original, but they have so much life on them, and these are perfect for gravel because the treads are really tightly wound in the center. And on the edges, there's some spaces. So yeah, this will be like pretty much a all mountain. And if you compare that to the tire on the rock hopper here, which is there's way bigger gaps in the knob. So this one is not going to roll very well at all, like on the street or on a hard pack compared to that one, which is unfortunate for if you're going on a gravel ride with a bunch of people and they have like more modern bikes and stuff, then you're gonna feel it. But these tires, they're Kenda tires. People might not love Kenda, but they're a huge manufacturer, and they still have the things on them. And I'd hate to replace these tires just for like something newer, but look at I set up the bearings, and look at this thing. I adjusted the wheel bearings. Like this thing. Look at this wheel just rolls. Just doesn't stop rolling. I'm telling you, man, when you get these, you know, hub and what's it called, cup and cone. When you get this dialed, the cup and cone bearings, they spin pretty freely, man. I mean, and you snug it up nicely, you leave it a touch loose, and then the skewer, when you snug it up tight, it'll take off all the slack, and you can get these wheel bearings really nice, just smooth rolling. Yeah, so what will we change if you want to make this thing more like legit? Probably not such a crazy looking seat. I mean, that's really the main thing. And then this rack is, it just depends on what you're doing though. If you're just cruising to the store, that's fine. It just aesthetically doesn't look super aggressive, like without the bar ends and stuff. But I mean, I don't know if I would roll it, to be honest, this bike. Just because, I don't know, the Schwinn has such a bad rap from lately. Because everyone just associates it with like Walmart because they sold out. But this was prior to that, I think, or... I mean, it's like GT, right? GT bikes, like they were just junk for the longest time. Maybe they still are actually, but I saw one yesterday at REI, the bike's like this fancy outdoor store. Yeah, and it was only $500 for like a brand new hardtail, so it was actually a lower end GT, but they used to be like sold out only at like grocery department stores like Walmart. But GT also does have some higher end ones, like Schwinn. Schwinn also had, like, this is probably nicer than like a $300, $400 brand new bike you go to Walmart today and buy. Just because it has like grip shift is like a real brand of, and this is all like brand components. This bike here, just randomly, you want to do a little comparison. Like this is a very cheap bike someone brought in to get fixed. I mean, this doesn't even have branded components on it. Like the shifters say Skillful on them. It doesn't even say Shimano. And then what do we got? Yeah, it's got a crank. It's got a completely generic looking crank, and it says Shimano equipped on the frame and in the back. It has the cheapest derailleur that Shimano sells. I think they're new on eBay for under $9 for that. I mean, these shifters are basically like $3, $4 bar. I mean, yeah, so I mean, it's got the V-brake, which is strong. And let's just look at the tire brand just so you guys get an idea. Like what this bike was probably like in the $300 range. I'm guessing, or $400 brand new. But anyways, like, so this right here is probably like, I don't know, $400, $500 maybe, brand new at Walmart. So would you rather have this clunker, and it's got these tires that I was saying, like it's quite a, I mean, they're ramped. It has little ramps on the, you guys see it's got the little ramp. So it'll roll a little bit smoother than like the tires on this guy. They don't have any ramps. It's just a pretty sharp edge. So this is only a 7-speed cassette in the back. Okay, 7 frickin' speeds. And this is like a 2021 bike probably. And this is right here, 7 speeds. Right? See it? Yeah, this is 7 speed, and this bike's probably 30 years older than that bike right here. 30 years older. And this one's still got 7 speeds. This is gonna be a way better bike. This, I mean, yeah, it's got branded stuff. Yeah, it's crazy, and like this bike, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's got the trigger shifters, which is kind of nice, I guess. But I'd take this bike all day. And you don't got some heavy suspension, unbranded suspension fork. And then you got some disc brakes that may or may not work very well. Yeah, this bike's cool. I mean, if you get the if your pads, you know, if your pads are upgraded, they're not super old, the pads still work well. It's got like a narrower, slightly narrower bar. This will be more like Slayer on the streets, on the gravel. Maybe if you're doing like harder core mountain biking, maybe like geometry wise, this one would be more for it, but I don't know if I would like, I don't know how these components would last or the brakes if you're doing some mountain biking. So this is the way to go right here. Yeah, I mean, maybe get rid of the reflectors, save some weight. Yeah, it's like this thing could be cool. You could put some like cooler looking tan wall tires, you know, would look pretty trendy. Obviously a gold chain would be a nice touch. Once, obviously wait until this chain wears out before you start changing stuff that is still good. But yeah, I mean, this could be a cool bike for someone just to rip around on. And chromoly is chromoly, man. I mean, just, yeah, these brake levers are a little chunky and long, and they're not branded, so they look just cheap. But and this adjuster knobs don't really work. They're like stripped. That's just like notorious on these. But hey, it's a cool little bike. It's got all these cool components, branded stuff. So yeah, it's got a kickstand. Maybe just get rid of that if you're gonna be like more mountain biking. It's gonna be bouncing around. You don't want that. But yeah. What do you guys think about the bike? What would you guys do to it? Yeah, this is just for a family bike. I mean, this is way better fixing this thing up for a few $100, basically, whatever they spend on the tune-up and adjusting the hubs and the chain cleaning, deep cleaning, and lubing all the cables. So, you know, even if you spend $200, this is like got great bones. I mean, chrome ollie frame, nice paint, and then you got this. Or they could have gone to Walmart and spent $500 on something like this that's gonna be basically totally worthless in a few years. Oh yeah, I just noticed, this doesn't even have a sealed bottom bracket. It's got an old school cup and cone, which hey, you know, that's fine if it's on like this old, I got this old Trek here from whatever, 89, 90. And it's got that on there, which I would expect because it's an 89, but it's like a 2023 bike, 2022. It's like, what are we doing, guys? Even this bike has a sealed, right? Don't make a fool of myself. Yeah, this thing's got, this is fully sealed bottom bracket. I mean, there's no, you never need to adjust it. That'll last you for, I don't know, 5,000, 10,000 kilometers maybe. So yeah, I mean, it's like, this is the bike. This is going to be lower maintenance. I think it looks cooler. Yeah, I don't. So yeah. Anyway, so that's the debate. Even in a country like the USA, where what's it called? Where labor costs a lot more than in other countries. Still worth fixing this up, I'd say. $200, $200, than buying something at Walmart, grocery store, for $400 or $500. I mean, yeah, this thing's probably, oh yeah, it's a tank. It's pretty heavy. It's a little bit heavier than that. It's heavier than that one for sure. And this is aluminum. I'm pretty sure, yeah. So, anyways, yeah, guys, enjoy the ride, and yeah, keep fixing up them old bikes and ripping and riding them. Talk to you guys soon.